Welcome to Saturday Night Live with Colleen C, 2SERENDIPITY, and
Cece's Old Hollywood.
Hope everybody had a blessed day.
Don't forget you're a moderator on this channel. Help the creator build positive and safe community. Yeah, I know.
Can you hear us okay? Testing 1 2, testing 1 2. Had a really good day today. Haven't done much. Courtney had to work a little bit today. Oh, she worked a full shift today. Excuse my arm. Here it is.
Oh, I
again.
can hear us good.
All right.
Good. Yeah, Cece had to work.
Come on. All right. Hey, Wolf.
Hi, Wolfie.
Love and blessings to you, too.
Right on time per the usual.
I don't know, that's not doing right. Trying to get our lighting adjusted here. Hopefully someday soon we'll have better lighting. It is what it is. I wanted to go outside and do all natural lighting, but somebody didn't want to. Doesn't have an E on the end, but that's okay.
I said Wolfie.
Okay.
That's why there's an E.
Hey, Brandon.
Hi, Brandon. Are you just going to sit there and stare at us? Oh, that's what you wanted. Come here. Come here. Come here, fatty.
My daughter's cat. I'm doing that because he sheds really bad.
I'm covered in cat hair.
Even though my daughter brushes him every day, he still sheds.
Because you're a big fat furball.
So, hope everybody had a blessed week.
Oh, you out?
You out?
Like Grandma?
Nini?
Well, I was petting you and then you ran away.
He said, I want you to pet me, and then come over here, and I want you to pet me.
I would rather not look at your still scalped behind, sir. Keep that tail down. I don't want to look at your butt.
Now go over here, and she pet me.
You're so aggressive when you want love.
Courtney recommended somebody move into her facility, and somebody is going to move in.
And I told my boss, because I know she gets a commission when she fills rooms like that. I told my boss, I was like, I want your commission because I filled that room, not you.
At least half. And it's members from our church, so.
Actually, I have 2 new people moving in, and they're both their family members go to our church, so.
Well, I think Lee's a member.
Yeah, because he's been going since Woodlawn.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Don't bite that.
I did. When they left, I called my boss, and I was like, I want a raise. And she was like, LOL, you're funny. And I was like, no, I want a raise. And she was like, you all deserve raises. I was like, I just filled the room for you.
My work week was good. No.
Don't chew on cords. This one is Oscar, because he's a trash panda. No, I don't know.
My daughter rescued him. He was roaming around the trailer park, and she said, Mom, he keeps coming back. And I'm like, yeah, you keep feeding him. He's going to keep coming back.
I'd keep coming back if you fed me.
So she asked me, and I said, no, absolutely not, because we had 2 cats before. One of them was Courtney's, And the other one was the other girls.
Hi, Billy.
Hi, Billy. And
I thought this ponytail was going to do it, and it's not working for me.
they didn't take care of them. And when she said, I'll take care of it, Mom, da, 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 da. So I let her have it. I know, I caved. So,
Oh, look, got more tissues back.
we go pick up Henry Tuesday.
Maybe Saturday, because I realized
Saturday.
2 days early.
So he picked him up on Mother's Day. You didn't get to spend the whole Mother's Day with him. Yeah, that's my.
Well, and
That's
next month they
reasoning.
go on vacation, so.
Right. What is wrong with that light?
I don't know. Does it work when you unplug it? Does it like charge? And shut it off and restart it, maybe?
That's what I did. Sorry about my arm there, gang. Not any better. I'm just going to shut it off because that's not helping.
That's not helping. Do you want me to turn the big light on?
Yeah.
See if that helps.
Trying to get our lighting situated here, gang. Sorry.
Oh, hush.
That's a little bit better. Oh, you're welcome, Billy. I had fun making it. That was the first time I made one of those, and I'm like, this turned out kind of cool. I'm going to make another one. I want to make one out of like business size envelopes, you know, a little bit smaller, narrower. But those are the envelopes I had on hand, so yeah, that was fairly easy too to make, and you can embellish them as much as you want or as little as you want. And I thought, oh, that washi tape on there just gives that a little extra pop. So yeah, me and Billy are talking about she's having a 1.5K challenge, and I entered her challenge, and she got the entry this week. And if you want to know what that's all about, go over to Billy's and check her challenge. I think her challenge is, I think the drawing's tomorrow. Is that right, Billy? Sorry. And yeah, the deadline's passed for that, but there's some really neat, really talented ladies out there that entered her challenge. So very, very pretty. All of them are. And yeah, I shared her link also in my community tab, the video that she did yesterday about mine. It just gets both of our names out there. Hey Mark, how you doing?
Hi, Mark. She said the drawing's Monday.
Okay, Monday. I was thinking it was Sunday or Monday. I couldn't remember, sorry. So, yeah. Oh, yeah. The lady that I got that idea off of, it was Natasha from Treasure Books. She's in Australia. I watch her all the time. She puts a video out every Saturday. And she had like the big decorative brads and did like a closure like that. Well, I don't have any of those. Those ones that I put on your ephemera organizer was the biggest brads I had. So, but they worked. I thought they were neat. So that, yeah, they're very, very, you know, I think I found them, I want to say, I was going to say Dollar Tree, but I don't think they were. I don't think Dollar Tree has any specialty. I think I might have got them offline somewhere, Billy. It might have been off of Amazon. I'm not for sure. but I was trying to get some specialty ones, and I thought those would be a little bit bigger, but they weren't. I might have even, I was going to say Walmart, but I always go there and think, oh, what's in the craft aisle? What something new and different I'm going to find. And here in our little town, they don't have much little and different things. Smile.
I don't smile. I look like I'm in
So,
pain.
yeah, I think I got those off of Amazon. I got some, they're brass colored ones, and I think I got some gold ones. Yeah, they're really neat. They do look like screws. I can't remember, because I got a little cardboard. They're on a little cardboard circle, and I used that one time for. I'm like, yeah, that's about the right thickness, and I put the cardboard under the brad, and then. Oh,
That's awesome, Mark.
awesome.
Nancy's going to talk to Pastor Larry about getting a Bible study group or some people to go out there and preach at Copper Creek now.
That would be neat.
Mm-hmm.
They won't understand it, but.
Oh, we used to have a group that came in and did like Thursdays. They used to come in and do church. But since COVID, we shut everything down and nobody's picked back up. I have seen the local priest here in town come out and give communion or whatever to people.
That's cool.
And then when they're on hospice, they have a chaplain come out and talk to them. Her name's Elaine. She's very nice. I like her. She remembers my name. I got my CPR card, guys. But my boss put it in my married name, and I'm not married yet. So there's that. But I know why she did it, because this is good for 2 years, and I would have to go and re-register and take my course over again when I get married, which is stupid, but so I know why she, except I'm not going to hyphenate my name, so it's a little excessive. But I'm recertified. I could always do CPR, but now I'm recertified, and I'm nationally certified now.
That's good.
I think I was nationally certified before. I don't think there's any stipulations when I go state to
Let me
state,
see.
but
That one is a little for a keychain,
I know.
right?
I might put it. I don't know. I don't have to put it on my work keys. Oh, here you go, Mom. You get 10% off if you want to go online and take your CPR test.
Okay. I remember I did CPR in 4th grade. We took like I'll say every Wednesday, the person came and we had the Annie, the doll that we practice on, and I think at the end of the course we were certified. 4th graders, we were certified in CPR.
I told Deb that my boss, that she needs to get the company to pay for me to get my instructor license, and I can do all of our CPR classes.
Yeah.
I think it's like $100, and I can teach the class. And I said,
There you go.
if they want to get their money's worth, I can do our building and Timber Creek, which is our sister building next door. I can do both of ours and do classes.
Yep.
And then we don't have to pay for online stuff like this. I can literally sit in a room with somebody and teach them CPR, and we can mark it off as they took their class. I mean, I would teach them CPR, but it would save them money because we have a bunch of new hires who now have to. That's how I got my card redone, because they were looking and realized I needed to renew mine. But we have a bunch of new hires that need to learn CPR. And the Heimlich. We had to have a class in the Heimlich maneuver, and I was like, really?
They have classes on stop bleeding over there where I work. And everybody, I think everybody in the building had it, because she works with adjustments. It's not insurance. She calls it adjustments, which I think everybody, and she's got a certificate hanging on her wall, because we had to go in there. Of course, I vacuum and do trash and stuff, but yeah, she has and they do the classes back there in the conference room. So I think probably everybody there has to be certified for that. You never know.
Ow.
You never know. Sorry.
Oh, no, basic first aid, I think. Because I work in a building where you don't have to be a CNA to work there. We can hire people with high school diplomas. They're residential assistants. but they end up doing cares and stuff like we do sometimes, not heavy cares and stuff, but I don't know how many times well, here's an example. I had an elderly gentleman that was walking to lunch, and he tripped over his own feet. Nothing, it wasn't anything wrong. He just stumbled a little bit and fell face first. And the two girls that were working, I was on the other side of the building. The two girls that were working didn't know what to do. He had fallen. He was bleeding from his head. They didn't move him, so I got the call on the radio because we have in-house radios, and I ran over to see if he was okay. And they left him on the floor face down. He was bleeding, and we didn't know where he was bleeding from. It was in his forehead. It was a shallow cut, but facial wounds bleed really bad. And the two girls were RAs. They weren't CNAs, so I don't hold this against them. But they didn't know what to do. And my boss, I got an award because I ran over there and took that call. Because my boss was like, "Thank you for going over there and telling those girls what to do and making sure he was okay." Because they were just gonna let him face down until the ambulance got there. And I was like, no. I was like, we have to roll him over. And I was like, somebody get me some gauze. We have to hold pressure on his face. So I think RA CNAs need a basic first aid, like, this is what you do. We've also had a couple choking incidents where nobody knew how to do the Heimlich, which really makes me mad, but...
Yeah, that's like basic.
But I don't understand why I have to have my CPR, because I have one lady in my entire building who's a full code. Everybody else is a DNR.
Well, you never know. A family member could come in and...
Yeah, and staff.
Yeah, staff. You never know.
That happened a couple years ago. The lady next door choked and passed out. Nobody knew what to do.
We had... my cousin's husband used to work in a coal mine, and they all had to know CPR, and we went to a bluegrass festival out here at our local fairgrounds, and this guy was down in front. I mean, everybody was talking about him. He was jumping around and having a good time and dancing, and look at that gentleman down, and he was an elderly gentleman, and we broke for lunch. They said come back, after lunch, and
I hope he knocks that thing over one of these days.
So we went to my cousin's trailer. She was spending the night over there to have lunch, and I don't know how we heard, but my cousin's husband went running out of the trailer, and he was going to perform CPR, and he said by the time he got over there, he was gone. He suffered a massive heart attack, and then they announced on the loudspeaker after lunch, after we went back for more music, that he passed away doing what he loved. He loved bluegrass, and so just kind of sad because he sure was having a good time.
Mm.
So, but yeah, CPR is good to know. You never know when you're going to need it.
I performed way too much of it at that last nursing home I worked at. At least once a week. I worked at a nursing home for a little while that had a vent unit with life support vents and feeding tubes, and at least once a week I'd have to go work down that hall, and I'd end up doing CPR because somebody would code.
That's how they stay open.
Yeah, because that's a lot of money.
The only vent unit we have here.
Yeah, because we had a private vent hospital in Springfield that closed down. Why I still worked out there. So, the closest one now, I think, is close to Joliet, and I think it's private pay. I don't think they take Medicaid like we do, so...
That's crazy.
I think the last time I looked it up, it's like a nursing home, but for vent patients, and it's like our place. It's like luxury.
Big need for medical. I told my girls years ago, we were going down when Courtney had to go down to Springfield probably every month. Well, you were there for a while because it was once a month you had those treatments, wasn't it? Yeah.
3 days every month.
And the two big hospitals down there were always adding on. And one time I was watching out Courtney's window. They were knocking down a big hotel, and I thought they were just making a parking lot. Nope, they added something. Can't remember what they added on.
Women and children's like prompt care
Yeah.
across the way.
Yeah, and they put a big skywalk thing across this major street. And well, anyway, before that, they were building something else on, and I said, "You guys, you girls, get into medical. The medical field. There'll always be a need for nurses, doctors, whatever, CNAs, phlebotomists, whatever." And
look at us now.
yeah, yeah. I don't know what happened to my middle daughter. No, she's getting there. She's just taking the long way around.
Oh, yeah. I did the same thing. I didn't go and get
Yeah.
mine until I was 23.
My youngest daughter was a CNA, a senior in high school, because she took the course when she was a junior. By the time she was a senior, she could have got a job as a CNA, but she focused on her studies and stuff in school. And then when she got out of school, she went to a nursing home. Did not like it at all. She said, she called me one day, and it was like after 2:00, and she was supposed to be there at 2. It was like 2 minutes after 2:00. She goes, "Mom, I didn't go to work." And I'm like, "What?" She goes, "Yeah, I kind of quit." And I go, "Where are you now?" I don't know what made me ask her that, but she said, "I'm sitting in Walmart parking lot," which was like right down the street from where she was supposed to be working. And I go, "What happened? What?" And she goes, "I just didn't show up to work." And I said, "Well, you got to call them." And she said she did, but she said, it's just not for her. It wasn't for her. And the first night that she worked, they put her on the COVID unit. So it's like, are they trying to baptize her with fire? But she said it was kind of cool because the one training her, they go into that unit and nobody else would. Of course, they couldn't. Well, they could, but she said none of the bosses and stuff wanted to come over there. So
that would be my ideal place. I wouldn't want to deal with COVID, but
yeah,
management doesn't bother me.
It kind of double-edged sword there, but yeah, that and the nursing home that she started at was like one of the worst ones here in town.
It's supposed to be good because it's a brand new building.
Yeah,
brand new building with same management means nothing.
Well, yeah, that's what one of our CNAs where I formerly worked said. You can only shine a turd so much.
Your bright, shiny new building doesn't do anything when you have the same crappy people running it.
So Courtney's had several people come from that building. I can't say who it is, to her building, and I've heard
not in good.
Yeah, I've heard stories.
They're not in good shape when we get them.
Yeah, I've heard stories about them, and like I said, it's a nice building. I've been in it, but.
Brandon, to answer your question, do you mean oxygen like condensers or oxygen tanks? The current place that I work at, we don't. Unless it is a doctor order and your family brings it. I work in a private pay Alzheimer's facility, so it's expensive. And we don't take Medicaid, so you have to have money. So, but if you're on hospice and we specifically work with a hospice company that we really like. We have others, but we work with one that we really, really like. And when somebody gets booked in on hospice for end-of-life care, they bring oxygen suction machines, wheelchairs, Hoyer, like all that. And then we store it away until, because...
What was his question?
Do we have oxygen? I don't know. Now I'm going the long way around.
I thought he was asking about, have you wrestled one?
No, he said, do you have oxygen machines?
Oh, okay.
No, I haven't wrestled any oxygen tanks here lately either. If you missed that story.
I thought that. Sorry.
I work memory care, and if nobody knows anything about that, when we book somebody and we get them on a routine, like we try to, and it's very disturbing for somebody with Alzheimer's to mess with their routine. So when we bring somebody into our building, we try as long as we can to keep them there. So if they decline and they need specific care, we use hospice as an extension of us because hospice qualifies them to get things that our facility cannot legally. I don't want to make it sound like it's shady because it's not shady. It's medically okay, but our building isn't licensed as a medical facility. We're an assisted living, a glorified babysitter. So if they need extensive medical care and we don't want to disturb them, especially towards end-of-life care, we will book them in on hospice to get them those extra extra aids, extra equipment, oxygen, special dietary orders and stuff like that, so that it's covered under them and it covers us, but we don't have to disturb their cycle. They can stay with us, we'll take care of them, hospice helps us, and we try to keep them where they're comfortable. Because most of our people, when they get booked on hospice, they've been there for 2, 3, and 4 years. So to move them to a nursing home and disrupt everything really messes with them. So we try to keep them there. And we have had to send a few people where they were just too extensive and we couldn't give them the quality of care that they deserve. So, but yeah, we keep everybody. I have dealt with quite a few hospice patients. And I don't dislike it. I think maybe after I get my LPN, I might look into being a hospice nurse because I don't know. I've never really feared death anyway. And I mean, yeah, it's kind of shaking, but there's other aspects to it. I think I'd be a good hospice end of life nurse. Yeah, it's hospice, but we're still taking care of them. But hospice is, it's like football. We're the quarterback, and hospice is our defense. They're helping. I don't know football, whatever it is. We're the defense, and they're the quarterback. Whatever works. No, we're the quarterback, and they're our defense. They back us up. There.
Ask Wolf, he knows.
Whatever it is in sports, they back us up. They got our backs. And we work really closely with them. Like, I know every hospice nurse I work with. I know the 2 hospice aides that come in and help us do showers and feed people. Like, they know. I just saw one of the hospice nurses who I hadn't seen in a while because she's been working further north because they travel all over the place. And she came in the other day and looked at me. She's like, Courtney, you're here. Did you get married yet? And I'm like, not yet, Bonnie. Working on it.
Yeah, I took my own advice too. I got in the medical field. I'm
Better.
you can see my laptop now.
Oh, well, we're not sponsored by Microsoft, but if you want to sponsor us. Oh, Gateway. Come on, Gateway. Give us some of that Gateway money. Microsoft.
Yeah, I'm in the cleaning aspect of the medical field, but just, I'm not going to get into that because
Everybody's gross.
Yeah.
Even in a medical facility.
yeah. And I know, nah, I'm not going to say. I'm not going to say.
I've had a very, very stressful week at work because we have a nasty stomach bug running rampant in our building. I don't know how to explain it. I don't want to explain it as fear because it's not. Most people in my facility, if somebody dies, they break down. Just automatically lose it. I've cried. I'm not going to pretend like I don't. I've not cried. I've cried. I've called her in absolute tears because somebody's passed away. But there's also other, they need our support. Their families need our support. We also have a job to do. So, the last death that not the second to last death that I closely dealt with was a lady that I knew most of my life. And that one was hard. That one I was in there and her family was talking to me and they were like thanking me and I was cleaning her body up and everything. And I'm like, and we were still masked. So I'm like, please don't. And some people completely, I worked night shift when I first started at this facility, and we had somebody pass away, and I had the girl that was working with me completely lose it and like start crying and screaming, and I'm like, you need to leave. I'm like, go. I don't know. I don't look as death as like my job to do, but I also I'm done taking care of them. It's time for me to shift my gear into comforting the family, I guess. So
You'd be a good hospice nurse, Courtney.
I am compassionate. I am job.
I am
job.
You guys remember that line from Mrs. Doubtfire? Well, my middle daughter, she was taking the CNA course in school, and
she was taking medical.
Of course, you gotta go to class so many times. You can only miss class like what was it, 5 times or something.
The state of Illinois requires so many class hours.
Yeah, to get your CNA, and of course she didn't, and she's a senior. She didn't care. She didn't care if she went to school or not. Excuse me. And of course, I made her go to school, and they dropped her from that class. They had to. And then she decided she was going to be a certified medical assistant, a CMA. And I asked her when we went down and toured, and she was going to sign papers. I'm like, "Are you sure this is what you want to do, Clarissa?" "Yeah." And the guy goes, "You got to be committed. You got to, because it's an accelerated course where she was going. It's called MTI, Midwest Technical Institute. And they have all kinds of, it's a trade school. They have all kinds of stuff." And it was like, it was expensive to go, and it is. And so I even took out a loan for her to get, because she got so much of a loan, but she couldn't get the rest. So I took out a loan for her, and she didn't last long. So
She closed out the first semester and then didn't go back.
Yeah, I was very disappointed in her. And but now she's working as a in-home care health aide. So hopefully she can get her foot in the door. She said she really likes it, and they were giving everybody appreciation baskets the other day, and she was telling me what was in it. I'm like, "Oh, that's really nice." And she said, "Yeah, I really like this company I'm working for, Mom." So hopefully that'll get her on to bigger and better things, because I know she's probably not making that much, which her job is. They go in and cook and clean, and they take them to doctor's appointments, and that's about it, isn't it? Just basically just like a babysitter.
I think too offers companionship. Like if they don't have family around here, they'll go and just sit with them and hang out.
She said the other day, she said, oops, I was going to almost tell her secret, but I can't. She had to sit in a hard kitchen chair for 8 hours, and I'm like, "Get up and move around." I said, take a pillow with you.
Get one of those donut pillows.
Yeah.
When you got a hemorrhoid.
So anyway.
Are you chippering at squirrels out there?
Yeah.
Weirdo.
Squirrels or birds?
I think I saw a squirrel run by.
Yeah, I've never seen anybody pass away, but
I've seen too many.
Yeah, Courtney's. That's not the norm for Courtney, but I mean, in her field, there is going to be
almost 8 years.
People pass away, so I'm sure it's hard. Everybody give me a thumbs up when you come in, please. Thanks for coming. Appreciate everybody here. Appreciate you taking time out of your Saturday to be with us.
We appreciate you, buds.
Woohoo!
Ooh, free fountain drink when you get a new King's Hawaiian barbecue brisket sandwich.
What a deal. Casey's thing came across my phone.
Now I'm hungry.
I live half a block.
I know.
That. Oh, you guys, I got this really good recipe for carnitas. And I use pork. I use a pork roast, and it's amazing. And it doesn't take very many ingredients. The only one, well, the two special ones I think is bay leaves and coriander. Not everybody has bay leaf. And there's what's the other one? Italian. No, oregano. But usually everybody has oregano. I was thinking Italian, but it's oregano. Oh, thank you, Billy. Thanks, Wolf.
Appreciate you, buddy.
Yeah, so these carnitas, I mean, it's really easy. You put the spices on the roast, and you put it in your crock pot, put the spices on top of your roast, and then pour chicken broth around it. Put the lid on, set your crock pot for 10 hours, and you're good to go. It's really good, really tender. And it has cinnamon in it, and I don't know what other spices, but it's really good. The spice mix, you read it and you're like, what? You don't think it, but it's really good. I made it one time and took it to my family reunion, and they barely ate it. And I'm like, that's good for me. What's that doing?
I believe that's called tweaking.
Stop tweaking. So, yeah, I had bukus left over because I had a big pork roast that time. Well, my family reunions are big. So I'm like, I'm going to take. So I gave some to my mom, and this ain't bringing up that's my old one anyway. Why are you doing that? That might. I was seeing if I could find the recipe. It's on my phone. That's really good. My zuppa. Remember that?
Yes.
I was on a diet and I was looking for a different soup, and it's Lloyd's Healthy Chicken Zuppa.
Cold chicken in a crock pot. Nummy. I made some bomb chicken tacos one time in a crock pot. Extreme chocolate cake. Yes.
Oh, that's good. I made that for Promise's benefit we had for him. No, Victory.
I say yay. Chicken breast, onion, barbecue sauce, brown sugar. That sounds okay in my book.
Oh, I printed that recipe off. I wonder what I did with it. I think I got it right here. Because my mom wanted it. I'm like, I can't find it. So I got on the internet again and I found it again. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I have it in here because I've been printing stuff off on my printer. And then yesterday I was printing some stuff off and it says, your printer's low on ink. And then I got a notification like the day before that said they were sending me.
Gotcha, Wolf. His dog Charlie doesn't like to stay in the kennel too long.
Oh, I don't blame him. I wouldn't want to be in there too long either. They sent me an email saying, we sent your. Yeah, that's why I keep checking the mail, because they send it in the mail, my ink cartridge. It's kind of a win-win. I send them back the empty cartridge and they refill it again. So.
Oh, Bill, you're making me hungry.
Oh, my youngest daughter that still lives with me, she made some pasta salad the other day, that one that we like, Courtney. I don't know. With the corkscrew. I don't know what I did with that recipe. It's around here somewhere.
Anybody been to the movies lately?
No, because I work at night.
There's movies in the daytime.
I know. Probably over there on my... Yeah, I think it is.
Zach and I went to see The Little Mermaid last night. I'd give it a C.
That sounds good, Billy. That whole packet, Courtney, just bring it to me.
Jeez, you got like 50 pages here, mother.
Oh, there might be just paper there, too. No. Yeah. Told you I was printing
Double
a lot.
chocolate Coca-Cola cake with the Christmas.
Yeah, that was to put in one of my journals. That was, I printed that off.
Do you have any cheese?
A long time ago, yeah.
Yes.
Warm that back up in the microwave. Yeah, there's a bunch of empty pages here, Courtney. Those are my...
Who's maters and cucumbers?
Caitlin's. Go ahead and use them.
I just want a few.
I can't find that recipe. I know I printed it off. I don't know what I did with it. Maybe I took it in my craft room. I know I printed some stuff off and put some crafts in there. Or put some papers in my craft room. Because I get some free printables from some ladies I subscribe to on YouTube, and I might have scooped them up and took them in there. Now Courtney decides to eat. I made something for us.
Oh, I had to put my face on. I'm not about to go on camera with no makeup on again.
You still got your...
Oh, crap.
Y'all heard her, right? She still got her microphone on.
Well, they're about to hear me make my taco.
Yeah, Courtney's baking carnitas. Pork carnitas. What's that one that Johnny Depp fixed in that?
Porco pebilla.
I can't say it.
Ugh. I still have yet to make that recipe, and I need to.
That's a lot.
And it's a lot of like banana leaves and specialty tequila and spices you can only get in Mexico. One of these days, Alice. One of these days.
I have some really neat affirmations I ran off here. It says, I'm strong, I'm brave, I'm kind, I'm beautiful, I'm grateful. I believe in myself and my ability to succeed. Today I will not stress about things I cannot control. I will stay away from negative thoughts, emotions, and people. I choose to be kind to myself. I promise to take care of my mind, body, and soul.
If I have to stay away
Inhale,
from negative
calm,
people, I can't
exhale, stress. I'm learning, growing, evolving. I strive for progress, not perfection. I think those are really good. I need to put those on my bathroom mirror. What were you saying?
I said if I have to stay away from negative people, I can't go to work.
I don't have too many. Oh, I used to work with a
Negative Nancy?
negative person. Wolf says, ha ha, sis Courtney, I heard her too, LOL. I heard you, LOL. And he says, tacos.
About to hear me go to town on this carnitas.
Yeah. I was telling Brandon in his live other day, I used to work with her, and just negative every day. It was something negative, and just, and she called herself a cynical old woman, and I believed it. I had to look up what cynical was, but I I looked up the meaning. I'm like, she's right. She pegged herself pretty good there, and just, oh, and don't get her started on political stuff. She would just, so I had to walk away from her. You know, I wanted to be kind and stand there and listen to her, and I'm like, oh my gosh. And I didn't want to say, lady, you're crazy or whatever, you know, but I was like, I gotta get to work.
You don't have any taco seasoning?
No,
Dang it.
make your own.
Why do I even come over here? Oh.
Wolf's saying something I cannot pronounce. Cochinita.
Huh?
Cochinta. Pibil. That's what it was. That's what it was. The pork that was once upon a time in Mexico.
Yeah, porco babilla. Carnitas,
No, it is something different.
no, I want to
Wolf
watch the...
typed in here.
Hold on. Yeah. Conchitas babilla. I had the extended cut of Once Upon a Time Mexico, and Robert Rodriguez gave his recipe for it.
Oh yeah, we had the extras.
Yeah.
We watched the extras and he gave.
Oh, dang right. We watched the extras. Johnny Depp giving commentary. Watch hours of Johnny Depp commentary.
I make a really good lasagna too. What else? The girls like my spaghetti. Is that where he got his eyes gouged out?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And there was another movie that was a sequel, or
Mariachi. Mariachi, Despacito, and Once Upon a Time Mexico. They all run in the same. Antonio Banderas. Mm. Oh my gosh, I am attracted to Mexican men. Crap.
I don't have anything for tacos here. I don't have sour cream.
Agent Sam, such a... some words I can't use on here.
I made myself a couple other day, and I put Frank's Red Hot. I think I'm gonna, yeah. I think I'm going, and there's only like a fourth of a teaspoon in there.
It's weird.
Oh, I know where that recipe is, Courtney, up in that cabinet above the water. Clear on the top shelf. I just thought I put that, I got done making that.
I'd make it with no cinnamon.
There's only a fourth of a teaspoon of cinnamon, and Courtney said, well, you got to stir it up. There's a teaspoon of salt, a teaspoon of garlic powder, a teaspoon of ground cumin, a half a teaspoon of dried oregano, crumbled dried oregano, a half a teaspoon of ground coriander, and 1/4 of a teaspoon of ground cinnamon, and 1 4-pound boneless chuck shoulder roast, 2 bay leaves, and 2 cups of chicken broth. And I didn't have the bay leaves or the oregano. So, yeah, you can taste the cinnamon, but it's not like, ooh, that's like a sweet. It's not. It's,
Just weird.
I don't know. I think it's good.
It's not bad. It's just weird.
Yeah.
Now you got me wanting to watch Johnny Depp movies.
There's what Courtney's eating. Only we needed some cilantro and some sour cream, and it's really good. I even put barbecue sauce on it. It's good that way.
I have cheese and tomatoes and cucumber, and I'm not mad.
Cilantro. You know that, what's that thing they call cilantro where some people say it tastes like soap? There is a thing because the guy he's here on YouTube, it's Life with Mike, and he says he doesn't like cilantro because it tastes like soap to him. Yep.
Mm-hmm. You are correct.
You are correct, Wolf.
Gabriel Iglesias is in Once Upon a Time Mexico.
Yeah.
Dang it!
Who's that one guy? I can just think of that Disney movie with the 2 kids and their spies. Antonio Banderas is the dad. They're spy kids. Their uncle that's
Cheech. Or are you
No.
talking about
the guy
Danny
with
Trejo?
Yeah, the really rough face.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, Wolf, you do. You get 10,000 points for that. You do. He was in prison.
100. Yeah, he was. That's how he got the woman tattoo on his chest. Well, he started in prison. Then the guy got out and wanted to finish it.
Yeah.
You get 20 brownie points for that one.
I want brownies.
Play this like, whose line is it anyway? And the points don't matter. 10,000 points for you. Go spend them. Go crazy.
I make good brownies too. I have my Aunt Pat's brownie mix. Brownie recipe is really good with nuts, but one of my girls don't like nuts, and I don't put nuts in it.
And it's not me.
No, I think it's Caitlin or
Clarissa.
Clarissa.
No beans, no nuts.
Yeah, I used to have to make chili. I make good chili too with no beans, and I'm like, what's chili without beans?
Tomato soup with meat.
Right. Yeah, I asked my cousin for her mom's recipe because I don't know, I lost it at one time, but then I found it because I remember one move. I had this little tin and it says Bisquick on it, and I keep all my recipes in there, and I'm like, I know, and it was in a box and it spilled all over, and next time I'm going to rubber band it or tie something around it so it don't spill out. But I found the recipe, and my cousin goes, I asked her for her mom's recipe, and she goes, oh, that was a mix. And I go, no, it wasn't. I remember one time my aunt, we went up there, she lives in Indiana, and she packed brownies for us, and we ate them on the way home. She put icing and everything on them. They were so good.
These brownies, yes.
They're not a fudgy brownie like a lot of, well, even the cosmic brownies, is it Little Debbie's that has the cosmic brownies? They're good, but they're like a fudgy brownie. These are like a cake brownie. They're really good.
There's so much butter in them. They're so good.
Yeah. Butter and it's a really easy recipe too. It's cocoa and butter and.
Now I want some Aunt Pat's brownies.
I know. Let's make some after our live, Courtney.
Dear Lord, no.
We should do that in a live one time. We should make something. Be a cooking live. We could go through the whole recipe because they only bake for what 45 minutes, 30 to 4. Yeah, we could do the whole thing. We could chit chat while they're in the oven, and then take them out and eat them in front of you all, and say, "Oh, these are so good. I wish you guys could come over and eat these." I did one or two cooking videos. That was like one of my first. Well, somebody hit me with a brownie. I did one cooking video. I think that's one of my first video. It was
when you did that
goulash.
Oh, I thought you did the wrap thing too.
Wrap.
Yeah, where you like cut the tortilla and then folded it over. Didn't you do a video on that?
No.
Oh. We just made those for nothing? Okay.
Did we?
I'm pretty sure.
I think we didn't try it Tuesday, didn't we? No, we watched because Donna had that.
Yeah, but we made them, didn't we?
Yeah, but we didn't do a video on them because she already done a video on them.
Oh, okay.
So, well, Caitlin said she's off Tuesday, so she might go with you to. We might take her car because her car's a little bit better than mine.
Oh, okay. Okay.
To get Henry Tuesday.
Okay.
Happy Memorial Day weekend, everybody. I forgot to say that. Well, so that I don't mean somebody hit me with a brownie.
Like, slap your mama. Don't really want to slap your mama.
Slap your grandma. So I put a sign on the door. I don't expect anybody to come over, but my youngest daughter's working, and she has to work till 9 or 9:30. I can't remember what she said. And so I put a sign on the door that says, "Quiet, please. Live streaming." It's inevitable that somebody will come in the door. So if they see that sign, hopefully they see that sign. But like I said, I don't expect anybody to come. Oh, COVID ruined the visiting for everybody. I mean, I didn't have visitors. Remember during COVID, there's a group of ladies that started, they're called wine fairies. And if you like wine, you're supposed to put in, it was a Facebook group. You're supposed to put in what kind of wine you liked and everything. And
your address, and they would
and
just
your
drop stuff
address.
off.
And I was like, how weird is that, putting your address out there on Facebook? But we didn't have no bad stuff, and you're supposed to sneak up, with the wine and knock on the door and then get in the car and go. Me and Courtney did that one time.
Oh, we had so much fun.
Oh yeah, and we had at the Walmart. Well, how many bottles? We had like 12.
I spent $150 on wine. We put out a lot of wine that day.
Yeah, and it was fun. And some people knew that we were coming.
Well, I spent $150 altogether because we got wine and like little things put on them.
Bags.
And, like, stickers, didn't we?
Yeah, we got bags.
Or was it bath bombs? We got $1 bath bombs to throw in there. I don't know. We did stuff. We had little bags. It wasn't just the bottle of wine. It was bags and stuff.
I just came across the memory on Facebook of that.
I remember that day. We had so much fun doing that.
Yeah. And then, like, if you know who, like, gave you wine, then you were supposed to return the favor. But it was like you're supposed to sign an anonymous card and, hey, one of a kind.
It was just funny because, like, people would dress up and, like, because there was the no contact, they'd stand outside your door and dance around and be goofy. And it was just a thing to brighten. Everybody was in lockdown, so it was a thing to brighten the mood.
A couple from my church did that. Not the wine thing, but she bought me a roll of toilet paper, and she threw it to me, and she was standing out. I was standing on my little deck, and she was standing out there, and she goes, "Me and Terry, it was like a day today. It was a really nice day, and they had a little convertible." She goes, "We just had to get out of the house." So she threw she threw a roll of toilet paper, and then on the toilet paper roll it says, "When the roll is called up yonder, I'll be there." I thought that was neat. I kept that roll of toilet paper for the longest time.
I had
She
a group that did pumpkins for October sometime, and they did paper towel rolls that covered them. And I still have residents that have toilet paper sitting in their rooms covered like pumpkins.
We're doing good. I'm doing good.
I got pooped on yesterday. That's how my week's going, Brian. I got pooped on. Well, he didn't. He rubbed his poo on me. I got the poo on me.
I feel bad because they don't know what they're doing. But that's still...
One of my residents. It wasn't like some random person just ran up and rubbed poop on me. I had a resident. Like I said, the stomach bug's been going around, so we have people who are having intestinal distress. Trying to be really PG. And he was covered from earlobes to ankles. And he was very upset.
I had that a couple times with you when you were a baby.
Covered from earlobe to ankle, and I was very upset that I was covered in poo. I fully understand why he was upset that he was covered in poo.
Thank you, Brian.
But he shouldn't have been angry at me. I am not the one that pooted on all over him. He did not want to get in the shower, and I did not want him to touch me.
Fire hose.
I just wanted to get in the shower. That's all I asked him to do was stand in the shower.
Some of the messes I clean up at work is like, okay. Yeah, I clean 13 bathrooms every night, except Saturday and Sundays, but...
I find that all the time. My people have Alzheimer's, so that's what I mark it up to, but yeah.
It's like, what are they doing here? How'd this get on the wall?
Have you ever seen those memes where they're talking about gas station bathrooms and how people poop in them, and it's just they're doing a handstand? I've seen messes like that where I've been like, how did this get on the ceiling? Did you just do a handstand and poot everywhere? Like, just...
Alright, let's change the subject. Let's go to something else.
What? We don't want to talk about poop?
No.
We're all adults here.
No.
Let's talk about poop.
No. Poo. Oh. What was it in that?
We don't get chocolate pudding anymore because we had an incident where a resident completely lost their mind over a bowl of chocolate pudding sitting in front of them. It was poop. And so we don't get chocolate pudding anymore. They get tapioca or butterscotch. No chocolate.
Dumb and Dumber, he had the chocolate bar in his pocket and melted.
Oh, Bob Saget was the dad. I remember that now.
Uh-oh. Are we still going?
On my tablet we are.
All right.
Hi, gamer bro.
Hey, gamer. Why didn't that?
It is 84 and beautiful today.
There we go.
Oh, pink poo emoji.
Yeah, we pulled up and my car said 84, and I'm like, it doesn't feel like 84.
Not in a bad way. It's really nice.
It's a little breezy out. That's why I want to go outside and do our live outside. And Courtney said, no. What? It's cooler out there? Oh my. It's 57 where Brian is. Cold and rainy. Dang. We don't have any rain in the forecast till when, Courtney? It's 80.
I don't know. I only get 2 weeks at a time, and for the next 2 weeks, it's going to be 80 and 90.
Yep.
Ooh.
I'm like 90, and I'm like, well,
next week
is
the lows
June.
are 70.
Nice. I have to shut off my air, and well, the highs are going to be like in the 90s though. Yeah, we'll leave the old air going.
The low is going to be 70, and the high's 91.
Nice, Wolf.
Wunderbar.
Rain till Tuesday, man. I told Courtney I wanted to have a luau. And then my coworker yesterday told me that it's not my coworker, but she works at the facility. She's going to Hawaii. She left this morning for Hawaii. It's her husband's 60th birthday, and Pearl Harbor was on his bucket list. So they're going down there to see that. Over there, down and over.
Over there.
So that my mom's seen that, and I would love to go there. Love to just. I was going to tell her, take your purse full of money, because I heard that it's expensive over there. I had a really good friend he's still my friend in school, and he went over there. He got in some trouble when he was in high school, and they talked him into joining the Navy, so he did.
He was a bad kid.
And yeah, he got into some trouble. He wasn't a bad kid. He just needed direction.
He was a bad burrito.
And so he went over there, and he went in the Navy, and he got stationed in Hawaii. And he said he hated it because it was a big tourist thing, and everything was so expensive. And in fact, that's where he met his first wife, but they didn't last long. So, but I still like to go over there and visit. Just say, hey, I've been to Hawaii.
I want to go to Vegas.
You're going there September.
I know.
My friend Jovi on here, I think she's still in Vegas.
I want to go to like 70s Vegas when the mob ran everything. That's the Vegas I want to go to.
Brian wants to go to Rio de Janeiro. Rio Carnival? You want to be out there for Carnival? That'd be a madhouse down there for Carnival.
I think me and Henry were watching a video where they had Carnival and like they're all dressed up, and Henry was like, "Mommy, why are they dancing with their butts out?" And I'm like, "That."
Yes. That big, yeah. What's that called over there? They have a special name for it over there. I seen a show on that. Like
I would like to go to England and pay my respects to Queen Elizabeth, because Lord knows I've got no respect for Charles. I do want to go to Vegas.
So Courtney and her fiance are going to Vegas and get married
in September.
And he wants to go out there and gamble, and Courtney has no desire to gamble. She wants to go to mob museums and
the Titanic exhibit and the Death Museum,
and he has no interest in that. So.
And I want to see all the. I want to go to it's not the international. It's the Western something, West something. I don't know. It's the International Hotel where Elvis played, because they got a big display and that kind of stuff. I want to see the Flamingo, even though it's not the Flamingo, it's new. But I want to see that stuff. Yeah, I got the Bellagio and the Caesar.
How about the fountains?
At Caesar. Yeah, I want to see that stuff, but I have no desire to enter a casino other than to walk through to go to my room.
I heard they have amazing buffets out there. The food.
Yeah, if I want food poisoning and be stuck in my hotel for the whole 4 to 5 days we're out there.
There's a guy on YouTube that I watched, Courtney, that he said you could even have a good time in Vegas on a budget. Go down to Georgia and pick up Gigi and Jane, and then go up and pick up Wolf, and then head out to Vegas.
Sure. I also want to go back to Georgia and do a Walking Dead tour because there's a lot of stuff that I didn't see that I would like to. Every Saturday.
Let's go to Turks and what's that one?
I don't know. They have beautiful beaches.
Caicos?
I'm in the middle of a live.
Goodbye.
Every Saturday, love. Oh, Alzheimer's. I'm getting you screened. Yeah, okay. I'll bring home a mini mental from work. All right, I love you. I'll call you when I'm done.
Blech.
Bye, babe.
Now what? All of a sudden we're getting notifications on my phone. Yeah, my Cubs aren't doing so good. They play tonight.
I know we should go to Georgia and meet up with Jane and Gigi.
I would still like to do that. Meet somewhere. Our little group we have here on YouTube, meet somewhere and have a big picnic. Just do a weekend thing and have a big potluck or a picnic, or have somebody cater it for us.
Do like that one craft lady did, and $800 a head. You can
Yeah.
go and craft and spend the weekend.
Yeah, I follow her. I think her name's Amy. I forget, Amy or Kelly. It's Amy. Hello, this is Amy. Yeah, Amy from Root Pursuit. She's up in Wisconsin. And she had a craft retreat, and it was like $800 to go there. It was like for a you had to check in Thursday, but you had to be there Thursday, but they didn't do nothing. But then the craft retreat was like Friday, Saturday, and then you went home Sunday. But you got to make and take stuff, and it was neat. She said the place where they had it, it was only a couple miles from where she lived, and they had a mishap with the trailer, and because she had carts and everything for everybody, like I have one of the, and I would like to go to that. She has it every year, but I don't know, save up my pennies, I guess, and go to it. And I think all that includes like your meals and I was thinking like your hotel too, and because they had it there at the hotel, like in a conference room. I don't know.
I don't know. Me and Zach are going to Vegas in September and then turn around literally a week later and go to Florida for my best friend's wedding.
I want to go to Florida for Char's wedding.
Then come.
I don't have the money.
I didn't ask if you had money. I said come.
Okay. I'll stow away in your... Are you driving?
I don't know. That depends on if Zach wants to drive. It's a 22-hour drive. And that's if we stay in Inglewood with her and not go down to the Minnesota Keys.
Is she getting married there in Inglewood?
No, she's getting married in Minnesota Keys. Minnesota Keys. Told her she should go to Margaritaville and get married.
Is there two of those shorts? Uh-oh. I'm going to delete that one. Oh, I can't do that on my phone. Go to my channel. Sorry, I got to take care of some business here.
Is it a week later? I don't even think it's a week later.
Oh, yes. They did upload. Both of them uploaded. I'll just delete that one that has 2 views then. No, I didn't.
Oh my gosh, that's going to be such a mess, Mom.
What?
I took off the 27th, 28th, 29th, 30th, and 1st to go to Vegas, and then turned around and took the 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, and 10th off for her wedding.
How do I do that? Manage my videos. There we go.
I might as well just take the 27th through the 10th off.
Oh, how do I do this? Options. So, if a lot of you don't know, I started making shorts for my This Day in History. And it's crazy. Like, one I got 100 or 1,000 views on. It's just crazy. One I got, I'm just looking, the 24th I got 266 views. I'm going to keep doing them. One I got 269 views on it. One I got 400, and they're just little short, like 10-second, say hi, this is May 27th, 2023. I'm going to do this day in history. That's all I say. It's crazy. So, yeah, I'm going to keep doing them, and because those count as your watch time hours.
Yes, Wolf, I could ask for more time off, but I'm Poe, and I need my paycheck, so... And I think I only have 40 hours of vacation time, and that's not going to cover the nearly 2 weeks I need off.
I got vacation time coming too. And it's in October. In October, I get more.
October 7th is when she's getting married. I'm going down on the 5th so I can help her.
That's later on in October, I get more vacation time.
Well, you can cash out your vacation then and turn around and get more.
I don't know. I might think about it because I've never been to Florida.
I think Zach and I might have to...
There you go.
What?
One of a kind says you're not poor, you're just caught in between blessings.
Well, if the Lord wanted to bless me tomorrow, that'd be very much appreciated. Even if he wanted to bless me next week, I'd appreciate it too.
I don't like the angle you got this camera at, Courtney.
Okay, well, I don't like when I'm just boobs and face.
Is Henry going too?
Henry's not going to Vegas with us, and I am not decided if he's coming to Florida or not.
He should. Him and Lukey and Lainey could play. He'd have a ball down there on the beach.
I'm also worried about all the stuff I need to do to help Char. I'm not going to be able to have eyes on him all the time, and I don't want to push him off on somebody else.
Thank you. They're red, white, and blue. I know only the white's showing up, but red, white, and blue.
Mine are just little pieces of marble, and I don't even think you can see it.
Let's do some trivia, Courtney. We haven't did trivia in a while.
It's only 6:19. You want to wait till 6:30?
No, let's... I don't know.
We're doing Britannica?
Yeah, if you want to. Who wants to do trivia? Raise your hand.
That's going to work, Mom.
CC, I got to get those mics soon. They're nice. I've seen some on Temu that were, they're like name brand, or were they? The Lenovo. They're only for like $20. Are they $20? How much did you get for these?
They're 29 something.
Yeah, these were like 20 and 19 or something like that. I want to get some, what I say other day, Courtney, those lights, what are they called? Not ring lights. Yeah, make sure.
Those box lights?
Yeah,
you
the
mean?
box lights. They're $17, $18 a piece, but if I get 2 of them, I think that lighting will be better. Yeah, watch those though, one of a kind, because I got those name brand bone conducting earphones headphones from Temu, and they didn't last very long. So just kind of watch that stuff from Temu.
Yes,
I mean,
that historical event.
some of the stuff is okay. What?
Guess your historical events. From plagues to revolution, can you name these pivotal events? Or there's a World War II quiz.
Well, being Memorial Day, let's do the World War II quiz. Everybody studied up on World War II? I know a little bit. My dad was in World War II.
World War II started when Germany invaded which a country?
What's the choices?
Great Britain, Belgium, France, Poland.
I was going to say that. I was torn between France or Poland. What was the choices again?
I can't go back now. No, Brandon, it was not France. No, one of a kind, it was not Great Britain.
So
You
that
two
leaves
disappoint
us,
me.
So that leaves us with 2 choices.
It was Poland. Germany attacked Poland on September 1st, 1939. 2 days later, France and Great Britain declared war on Germany.
And then we got in the mix for World War II.
Yeah, because we were allies with Great Britain.
Yeah.
And,
what are you on, Courtney?
Britannica. Which of these best describes Blitzkrieg, which was key to Germany's early success in the war? Quick coordinated attacks, propaganda, high level, I don't know that word.
Let me see.
Economic.
Espionage.
High level espionage.
That's spy.
Or economic sanctioning. I don't know the answer to this. You guys are on your own. I'm going to make a guess, though.
Don't.
Brandon, you were right. You said number 1. It was quick coordinated attacks.
What one are you on, Courtney?
The World War II one.
Quizzes?
Well, yeah, go to quizzes. Sorry.
It's all right.
And then that one right there in front of you. The World War II one.
I know that, what that's from.
Yes, it was quick coordinated attacks, apparently. When the Germans launched their Blitzkrieg, meaning lightning war, there was they there was the only military that used radio. They the English. They were the only military to use radio communication to coordinate land and air powers to shift
What was
attacks. It says theirs was the only military. It's theirs.
Quick coordinated attacks, that was the answer?
Yes.
Blitzkrieg. I've heard of that before.
Blitzkrieg, Bob. Anyway. Early in the war, in the first address to Great Britain's House of Commons, Prime Minister Winston Churchill said, "I have nothing to offer but blankety blank blank blank."
An appeal to human decency, blood, toil, tears, and sweat, peace in our times, a shift to end tyranny. That was the answer. That's the answers. One of those are the answers.
I know which one it is. I've listened to this speech.
Isn't that that one?
Nope. The one above it.
That one?
Yep.
I was thinking it was that one or that one.
Did you know that Winston Churchill's mother was a aristocrat from New York, whose family had new money and were not accepted in New York, but were accepted in England?
Wow.
They couldn't get in with the aristocrats in New York because everybody liked old money and they were new money with the railroad.
Oh, jeez.
So, I can't remember her name now. I just watched a documentary on it. Docu-series, I should say. But their mother took her and two of her sisters over to England and debuted them. And his mother, I want to say he was a duke or something like that, married him.
Why won't this move?
And his mother was the inspiration for Cora from Downton Abbey.
What did Wolf say?
I don't know that. I didn't know that. The answer was blood, toil, tears, and sweat. The previous British Prime Minister, Neville Chamberlain, tried to appease Hitler rather than confront him. Churchill promised a much different, more difficult path. He confided in one of his generals, "They trust me and I can give them nothing but disaster for quite a long time." Do the next one.
After World War I, France built the... I know that's not how it...
Maginot.
No. Margot, Maginot, Margot, it's like that wine. Like Merlot, but it's not. Line, a string of border fortifications considered impenetrable. How did the German army overcome the Maginot line in World War II? Bombed it, bribed its way past, went around it, overwhelmed it with troops. Let me read that again. After World War I, France built the Maginot Line. It's French, so it's a string of border fortified considered impenetrable. How did the German army overcome the Maginot Line in World War II? Bombed it, bribed its way past it, went around it, overwhelmed it with troops.
Maginot.
Maginot Line. I knew it was French. Maginot Line. I never heard of it before. So I have no idea.
Apparently there's a museum.
Well,
I didn't get it.
how come I can't do mine like that? It won't.
Because you're on a computer and not a split tablet where you can split screen it?
I should be able to. I can't move it either.
The answer is went around it.
Just went around it.
France did not extend the Maginot Line
Those
along
crafty Germans.
its borders with Belgium, a French ally. German forces swept through Belgium and got behind the Maginot Line, rendering it useless.
But France said it was impenetrable. Oui.
Évidemment. Avec lui, ton toi, et les moi, évidemment. Anyway, sorry. Eurovision. Anyway. Whoa. Which technology helped the UK defeat Germans' month-long air offense against the...
Months long.
Months long. That's what I just said.
You said month.
Which technology helped the UK defeat Germans' months-long air offense against it in the Battle of Britain?
Rockets, atomic energy, radar, stealth airplanes. What technology? So, I'm going to guess this one.
That is correct.
We had that in World War II.
Yeah, it was new, but yes.
Ooh, I have to tell you a story about my dad in World War II. He was on a big aircraft carrier, and they were headed to the Philippines. And he said it was so hot, really hot down below where what they call it, the cabins, I guess, the bunks are where they sleep. So they would go up on top, and he said it was really hot because it's flat, but he said the wind from the seas kind of kept it cool. And he said even at night it was so hot. And anyway, when they were over there, they were on this aircraft carrier, and all of a sudden, like the warnings went off, and it was like it was at night, and they go, what's going on? And they wouldn't tell them till like the next day, and they found out the next day that a Japanese submarine went right under them, and neither craft knew. Well, the American one knew that my dad, I can't remember what ship he said he was on, but they were, and the Japanese didn't know, but the American knew. And I couldn't believe they didn't tell them till like the next day, or they didn't find out till the next day. So that was crazy. Brandon says 1, Wolf says 2, Wolf says 4. Which is it, Wolf? 2 or 4?
Charges stared. If you can't dial 911 with 8 stab wounds, I suggest you flirt with your own husband. I feel that in my soul. Can I read the answer?
The answer was radar. The British radar early warning system, called Chain Home, was largely able to deny Germany's bombers and fighters the element of surprise during the Battle of Britain. Radar operators could tell the range, distance, bearing, directions, strength, and height of incoming raid, giving the Royal Air Force fighter command time to deploy its resources where they would be more effective.
The Royal Air Force.
Nice. Now I want to watch that movie, Courtney. Chicken Run. I love that movie.
Oh. I was thinking of that one movie when they're making fun of the Royal Air Force. You gonna read this one? I read the last one.
Which fortuitous circumstance helped reduce U.S. losses in Pearl Harbor? Oh, I remember seeing this on a documentary, but I forget what it was. Heavy fog made targeting ships difficult. No American aircraft carriers were in port. Strong winds blew Japanese planes off course. Base personnel awoke earlier than usual. So it has to be something fortuitous. What's that word, Courtney? Fortuitous circumstance. Which fortuitous circumstance helped reduce U.S. losses in Pearl Harbor? Wolf said the heavy fog made targeting ships difficult. I think it was this one. This one? That one?
Yes.
I thought. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I was thinking. I was just thinking of that yesterday when one of the workers told me she was going and her husband wanted to see Pearl Harbor. And I was having what a disaster that was for America. And the president at the time did not want to get in the war. And guess what? Japan bombed Pearl Harbor.
You boom boom our ships, we boom boom your whole
We're in
island.
the war. It had to be. I mean, it had to be. You had to
boom boom our ships, we boom boom island.
That was a big blow to. That's a big naval base. Oh, big naval base over there. But the answer is no American aircraft carriers were in port. That was a big. We lost what, 3 or 4 naval ships, but none of the aircraft carriers.
All 3 of the U.S. Pacific aircraft carriers were out to sea, avoiding the surprise attack that damaged and destroyed 19 U.S. ships. Since no aircraft carriers were lost, the U.S. fleet was able to bounce back quickly.
Yay! America strong.
And we said, suck it, Japan.
My dad used to tell me a story. I can't remember where. It was on an island. And the Japanese had these soldiers
the next question.
In these caves and caverns. And so America finally found out, and he said the planes would go in there and they'd drop the bombs, and the bombs would go right into those caves. I mean, it was like you think of a cave with a big opening. These had little bitty openings, and the bombs would go right in. And so Just some neat stories I'm recalling.
Because Japan conquered the Dutch East Indies, which of these goods was first to be rationed in the United States? Tires, typewriters, sugar, pineapples. It is not that, because that's what I clicked. Mm-hmm. How did they do that? I don't know why I'm asking you.
What Japan conquered? Which goods was first to be rationed in New...
No, Wolf. No, Brian.
Okay, so we're down to 2 answers. Because somebody guessed pineapples and somebody guessed sugar. So it's either tires or typewriters. My guess is tires.
Typewriters.
Yes, Wolf. Tires. The United States had obtained 90 to 95% of its rubber from Dutch East Indies, today Indonesia, and it required huge quantities of rubber to produce war materials. For instance, building one battleship required 75 tons of rubber. Consequently, what rubber the U.S. had was severely rationed. Each civilian vehicle owner was allotted only 5 tires, which became highly prized and were meticulously cared for. Wow.
Okay, 1930s was still Model T-esque era.
Yep. This was in the 40s. This 45.
Yeah, 30s and 40s was still Model T. I mean,
Yep.
we were getting towards the like Model Fs and stuff like that, but they had some honking tires. Why it keeps doing that? Japan launched an attack on the U.S. mainland by using which curious method? Helium balloons, amphibious tanks, scuba divers, trained dolphins. Ah.
That's the most recent. Well, that was China.
Balloons. Wolf says 3. Is 3 your lucky number tonight, Wolf? It was helium balloons. I was going to say dolphins because they
Ding,
said
ding, ding.
curious.
Brian.
The Japanese attached in... I don't know what that word is. I don't have my glasses on either.
Incendiaries? Whatever. To 9,000 helium balloons and let the jet stream carry them across the Pacific to U.S. Some made it as far as Michigan, but overall they were not very effective.
You're right, Wolf. I guess it's your unlucky number. Which of these was key to the U.S.'s success at the Battle of Midway? Having a large fleet, having better trained pilots than the Japanese, having cracked the main Japanese naval communication code, having better aircrafts.
Which of these key to U.S. success at the Battle of Midway? Battle of Midway. Well, says having cracked the main Japanese naval communication code.
You are correct, Wolfie.
I was thinking that too. It says, despite having underperforming fighter planes and far fewer naval vessels, the U.S. was able to anticipate Japan's attack on Midway and turn it into a stunning victory thanks in part to having cracked the main Japanese naval code. Japanese lost 4 aircraft carriers and many skilled pilots during the battle, losses from which it never recovered. It blows my mind to know that they had kamikaze pilots. I mean, if you think about it, like, you know, not every pilot goes on a mission like that, but those kamikaze pilots, they signed something. Yeah, I'll die for my country. I'll crash into that ship. They did it deliberately.
Islam terrorists that.
Yeah, they do it deliberately, and I know. There's certain. At war, every soldier's at risk or everything, but they did it intentionally. That was crazy.
Based on the year they were first produced, which name was given to one of Japanese most highly effective fighter planes?
I know this one.
Niners, Deuces, Zeros, 38s. Well, that's
easy.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is.
I said based on the year, so I thought.
I knew this from.
I'm not a World War II buff.
I am.
Ask me about the fashion, though, and I'm on that.
I think Wolf got it. Oh, can I read the synopsis?
Sure, go ahead. Oh.
The answer is Zeros, because that was their flag that was on their. Developed by Mitsubishi, the Zero was first produced in 1940, which happened to coincide with the 2600th anniversary of the legendary first Japanese emperor's ascent to the throne, hence the Zero designation. The Allies were not able to build an aircraft to match the Zero's capabilities until 1943. And 1945 was when the war was over. So,
which city was the site of the 900-day siege during World War II? Berlin, London, Stalingrad
or Leningrad. Stalingrad, Leningrad, London, or Berlin.
Well, 2 of those I've never heard of, so.
But yeah, one of those are the answer, though.
Yeah.
Wolf says Leningrad. Wolf says Berlin. Which was it, Courtney?
Leningrad.
Oops, sorry.
The 900-day siege of Leningrad was prolonged blockade of the Soviet city, today St. Petersburg, Russia, by German and Finnish armed forces during World War II, accurately lasting 872 days, September 8th, 1941 to January 27th, 1944.
872 days, not 900. Come on. Leningrad.
That's like the 6-day war in Egypt. It lasted 20 years. There was just 6 days of constant battle. Referring...
Oh.
What?
I just talked about this. Go ahead.
Referring to the desperate maneuvers used to sink Allied ships, kamikaze literally means what?
Divine wind.
Floating mine, iceberg, hungry shark.
Yours is different. I have
Yeah,
divine wind, hungry sharks, floating mine,
iceberg. We have the
iceberg.
same thing, they're just in different orders. So you can't cheat.
So, divine wind, hungry shark, floating mine, iceberg.
No, Wolf. No, that's what I picked.
I was thinking that. Nope, I was thinking that too, Wolf.
That's what we guessed, and we are.
Hungry shark.
It was divine wind. Duh. Often loaded with extra bombs and gasoline, kamikaze planes were flown directly into enemy ships during suicidal attacks. The word kamikaze first used to describe a
Typhoon.
fortunate typhoon that prevented the Mongolian fleet from invading Japan in 1281.
Wow. Very interesting. Oh, I know this one.
I do too. I read a book about it. Which language was used by the U.S. military to encode messages that were never
deciphered
by the enemies during World War II? Welsh, Navajo, Yiddish, or Greek? Definitely couldn't decode a Yiddish message.
I think my dad told me about this.
I think I had to read a book in school about it, but I've read other books about it too.
Maybe I read or watched a documentary on it too. But I knew the answer.
I'm ashamed of you.
Can I read the answer?
Absolutely.
Or the synopsis? The answer is Navajo. And members of the Navajo, as well as 14 other Native American peoples such as Comanche and the Cherokee, help encrypt messages for the Allies that remained undeciphered by the enemy up to the war's end. Code talkers were active in several important Allied military operations, including the invasion of Normandy and Okinawa. No, Hiroshima, sorry. Normandy, invasions of Normandy and Hiroshima. Sorry, not up on my Japanese here lately.
The German military operation code name Weichel?
Right, yeah.
Weichel hoped to assassinate which leader? Adolf Hitler, Mussolini, Winston Churchill, or Franklin Roosevelt?
Viker. German military operation code name. So it wouldn't be him or, well, him or him.
It still could be him.
Him or him.
It still could be him because they didn't see eye to eye. They just...
Him?
Huh?
Him?
No, the other one.
This one?
No.
This one.
Yes.
I thought they were like...
No, he was a big
yeah.
puss and didn't want to get taken over, so he aligned himself.
Yeah. So it has to be this one, or this one, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because it's...
But I don't agree with you. It could be, but I don't think it's that one. I think it's the two in the middle. And I want to say it's that one because he seemed to pose a bigger threat.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Oh, Wolf is right.
Wow. By 1944, a group of German military officers had become so dismayed at Hitler's erratic leadership caused by syphilis. Actually, they think he had Parkinson's. I watched a documentary on that. There's video of him with like a tremor. Anyway, another time. Hitler's erratic leadership that they hoped to eliminate him. A briefcase bomb was detonated in a meeting attended by Hitler, but he suffered only minor injuries. Nearly 200 plotters were executed for their part in the failed coup.
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 There is a P at the end of that. It's coup.
The P is silent.
No, it's not. This is not pneumonia. It's coup.
Coup.
The Tuskegee Airmen. Sorry, not at the museum. That one guy. The Tuskegee Airmen are walking away. The Tuskegee Airmen constituted a U.S. Army unit drawn from which group?
Dee-dee.
And I'm not going to give you the answers because if you don't know this, my faith in you is gone.
Women, African Americans, youth under the age of 18, World War I veterans. That's your choices. How many more questions? Oh, wow, we got 23 questions.
Yeah.
No.
We're only at 15.
Oh, wow. Well, we're going to end this one short tonight.
Sorry, guys, we're not going to finish this one.
The Tuskegee Airmen constituted a U.S. Army unit drawn from which group? Women, African Americans, youth under 18, or World War I veterans? What's your score?
2,800. Yeah, it's because you wait for me to click the wrong answer and you click the right one.
Well, I knew that
Jerk.
one. I might be cheating just a little bit.
It's African Americans. Named from Tuskegee, Alabama, where the black airmen trained, the segregated 332nd Flight Group, nicknamed the Red Tails, had one of the lowest loss records in any U.S. escort fighter group.
Salute to you African American Tuskegee Airmen.
They were awesome.
Yes.
Want to do one more?
Yeah.
Can we sign off?
A couple more.
Well, it's 58 now,
Yeah.
so. Which U.S. president won the Navy and Marine Corps medals for heroism during World War II? Reagan, Kennedy, Eisenhower, Carter. Was it? Didn't this one have a naval career?
Yes, he did, but I don't know.
Reagan didn't have any military ties. He was Hollywood. Oh, I was right.
Wolf was right, too. I think Wolf's the only one playing. 1941, John F. Kennedy joined
The
U.S.
hottest president ever.
Joined U.S. Navy, and 2 years later was sent to South Pacific, commanding a patrol torpedo or P-boat or PT boat. He was gravely
Gravely injured.
injured when a Japanese destroyer sank it in the Solomon Islands. Marooned far behind enemy lines, he led his men back to safety, a heroic feat that earned him the Naval and Marine Corps Medal. Salute to you, President Kennedy.
Even though you were a dirty dog.
We're all human. One more and then we'll go.
Okay, Bill Clinton.
He's a war hero.
A war hero doesn't discredit the fact that you cheated on your very pregnant wife numerous times and you were just a straight up scumbag in your personal life.
War hero.
He was a scumbag. Operation Bodyguard provided critical support to Allies' D-Day invasion in which way? Raising money by selling war bonds? Using depictions to distract German forces? Assassinating key German generals? Teaching American soldiers French phrases? Oui.
Operation Bodyguard provided critical support to Allies' D-Day invasion in which way? I have no idea. Deception to distract German forces. Oh!
You suck.
Wolf says 1. What was number 1?
I don't even know at this point.
It says Allies diverted some. It was using deception to distract German forces. The Allies diverted some German attention away from real invasion zone in Normandy through a number of ruses. They faked radio chatter to suggest that they were stockpiling cold weather gear, implying a possible Scotland to Normandy invasion. They also dropped dummy paratroopers complete with recordings of gunfire on Calais, well east of Normandy. Very good.
7:02.
All right, everybody. Thank you for coming in. Have a blessed rest of your Saturday, a blessed Sunday, blessed week. Go to the church of your choice tomorrow, even if it's online still. We're going back in person. Nothing like meeting up with your fellow Christians and just in a corporate group, worshiping God and listening to His Word. All right, everybody. We'll see you next Saturday. Bye.
Bye, guys.